I may come across as a little harsh today, but I need to because for a lot of people, they need to hear the hard message this way. They need to have it pounded on their head to get their coins off of exchanges. Okay. I really need to make this message. I need to make it loud. I need to make it clear because no matter how much I've talked about it and no matter how much other people have talked about it, I can tell you firsthand, people still are not getting the message. So I'm making the message for you, for the people you know, for the people you love. And I know if you have your coins off exchanges, you know someone who doesn't. Okay. So please just follow me with this video and hopefully it's for the best. So we have to keep in mind what happened recently. Okay. We have to keep in mind what happened recently with this massive spike in Bitcoin's price. Okay. This was with the rumor of the false iShares ETF, Bitcoin ETF that got through. Again, it did not go through. Most people know this, obviously. And it was like 15 minutes of a massive spike upwards, about $2,000 US in Bitcoin's price, and then a rapid crash. And as I said in my tweet here and in previous videos, wait until the ETF news is real. Okay. Let's take a look. This is the Telegram chat that caused this rapid appreciation in Bitcoin's price. Okay, pause the video, read that. That is all it took for Bitcoin's price to rise, or Bitcoin's market cap, excuse me, to rise $50 billion. Okay, this little cute, kind of embarrassing, okay, very embarrassing Telegram chat caused Bitcoin's market cap to rise $50 billion. What's my point? My point is everyone in Bitcoin's excited to hear about number go up. Oh, Bitcoin's going to 5 million US dollars, let's say. Everyone's excited to hear that. When Michael Saylor talks about a $5 million Bitcoin, when Luke Broyles talks about a $5 million Bitcoin, when Peter Dunworth talks about a $5 million Bitcoin, everyone gets excited, okay? And yes, that's great. We all can hope for it. But the reason I say I hope it doesn't happen soon, even though I know it's probably going to happen sooner than most people expect, I don't want it to happen soon because I know, and I know for a fact, that a lot of Bitcoiners, probably including many of you watching, are not prepared for that, okay? We see it all the time on Twitter. We see it all the time in Reddits and comments. And as I've said before in previous videos, I now work at the Bitcoin Advisor here. I work at the Bitcoin Advisor here where literally my job, literally my job here at the Bitcoin Advisor is to guide people on taking their coins off exchanges, to taking self-custody, to setting up a multi-sig vault and doing all those things. And I can tell you with firsthand experience, having talked to dozens and dozens and dozens of these people over the last weeks and over the last months, both at Bitcoin Advisor and my own private consulting and elsewhere, I can tell you most Bitcoiners, okay, not most people, most Bitcoiners have not thought this through. Okay, we like to talk about, oh, Bitcoin's never go up technology. We like to talk about how, oh, price is going to just go up. Oh, it's crazy. I got to buy now. But it's like so many Bitcoiners still have some or all of their sats on exchanges. Okay, if you diversify your sats between exchanges, you are still 100% on exchanges. Okay, if you have all your sats in a single hot wallet, that is a really big problem. If you have all your sats on a single SIG, single cold wallet, that's better. But my point is, think about how much Bitcoin you have right now. I'm not asking how much you have. Just think about it, okay? Don't tell me how much you have. Just think about it, okay? What if Bitcoin suddenly, in a matter of 6 months, in a matter of 6 years even, became worth $5 million? Okay, what do you think is going to happen? Like, think this through. What do you think is going to happen? Price will go parabolic, okay? Because if we're going from today to $5 million, even within 10 years, we're going to have months, if not years on end, of massive, massive appreciations in Bitcoin's price and in Bitcoin's market cap, just like we saw in this moment, okay? If you're watching Bitcoin's price live in this moment, we're at $50 billion in market cap in 7 minutes, you got to really think about that, okay? Who's going to be there to help you? All the runs on exchanges, all the demand for hardware wallets, all the demand for people to help them set up their multi-sig or cloud custody, whatever, like all of that's going to get sucked away, okay? People with higher net worths, okay, small companies, okay, pension funds, corporations, like all of these people yet to join, they're going to come in simultaneously as the majority of Bitcoiners are trying to get on their own self-custody. Okay, how long does it take you to get help from your local plumber? How long does it take you to schedule a doctor's appointment? Okay, how much harder is it to schedule that same plumber if 10% of the people in your neighborhood suddenly have problems with their sinks and problems with their toilets? Like, how much backlog is there going to be? Okay, you're not going to be looking at a 3-day wait time. You're going to be looking at a 3-month wait time. Okay, likewise with your doctor. And this is why tragedies and wars are so devastating, is because if you have a certain supply of doctors and you have a skyrocketing demand of need for those doctors, Suddenly now you have this great need where you need a doctor, or you need a plumber, or you need an electrician, or you need a lawyer, or you need somebody now to help you with whatever thing it is, and there just is not enough supply. And this, as lovingly as I can say it, is my massive concern for Bitcoin adoption. I talk to all of these front leading people in the Bitcoin industry, and I talk to so many people. You would not believe how many people do not have their coins in self-custody, and you would not believe how many people that do have their coins in self-custody, in my opinion, don't have proper self-custody, meaning they only have hot wallets, meaning they only have lightning wallets, meaning that they have their custody kind of down, but not fully down, whatever the case. My encouragement to you, again and again and again, I see this anecdotally with my work at the Bitcoin Advisor, talking to dozens and dozens of people. I see this online all the time from being on Twitter and reading all these comments and seeing people, okay? And I just do the math. I look at in every way I look at it. I know a lot of you need this. So please, please, please don't wait, okay? If you have not ordered cold wallets yet, hardware wallets, it's like, yes, you got to order it. Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, you got to think about it. But if this happens, where we have these massive rapid appreciations in demand, rapid appreciations in price, rapid adoptions of ETFs, rapid adoptions from many new Bitcoin users, it's like, it's going to be very hard for periods of time. Like, are you prepared for the reality that Bitcoin could be going up 10% a month, maybe even 10% a week? And exchanges are halting withdrawals. Oh, you can't withdraw, or there's a 6-week delay for you to withdraw. There's 6-day wait for you to draw. I mean, if you're withdrawing from exchanges and delayed, and you're also delayed ordering your hardware wallet, and you're also delayed in talking to me, like all of Swan's team, okay, Swan Bitcoin, all of their team is going to be fully booked. Unchained, all of their team is going to be fully booked. Myself, I'm going to be fully booked. Okay, everyone within Bitcoin that's offering a service is going to be fully booked and backlogged for weeks, if not probably months. Okay. And why do I know this? I know this anecdotally because now that I work here at the Bitcoin Advisor, I just talk about it once in a while in my videos at a little blab at the end. Okay, even with that little marketing from me, my DMs, my emails, my messages on all apps are completely backlogged. Okay, there are people that I'm so far behind with, and I hate to say it, but it's true because I can't keep up. I'm responding hours and hours a day to so many people, helping them out, trying to help them get self-custody, and I can't keep up. Even with multiple other people helping me out and with everyone else out there and all the free resources, it still isn't enough. And you have to keep in mind that you may think that I'm just hyperbolizing all this, but it must be emphasized. We are at 3-year lows for Bitcoin interest globally, okay? This is Google Trends for Bitcoin in the last 5 years, okay? We can see the clear bubbles here in 2021. We can see this other one here when FTX went down. I think that's when FTX went down. But the point is, Bitcoin interest globally is down 87% from the peak, or 85 to 90%, okay? We are at 3-year lows for Bitcoin interest, and I am becoming increasingly booked, where I can keep up now, but it's difficult to do so, I'll tell you that. And so no matter what you're trying to do, please, my encouragement would be, get into self-custody now, get your planning in place now, because this kind of thing, we talk about Argentina all the time, we talk about Lebanon all the time, we talk about Sri Lanka and Turkey and Canada and Australia and all these crazy places in the world, and in the US too, for that matter. We talk about currencies falling, all these currencies, okay? And look at this chart. This is the Australian peso in terms of Bitcoin, okay? This is a G20 nation. This is probably going to happen to other G20 nations in rapid succession, okay? When you have adoption in the United States and demand for adoption in the United States going up exponentially, and adoption in those countries going up hyper exponentially, like, where do you think the hardware wallets are going to come from? Where do you think the time for someone to walk you through how to set up a multi-sig vault is going to come from? Where do you think you're going to, there's going to be so much demand? And that's my loving, frustrating pounding on the head. I know so many of you don't have your custody down, okay? And you're worried about a 6102 attack from the government. You're worried about a $5 wrench attack. You're worried about, should I do single sig or multi-sig? Or do I do hot wallets? Or what hot wallets do I do? You have all these questions, and none of them matter, okay? Your estate plan does not matter. Your legal things don't matter. None of that matters unless you have proper custody. None of it matters, okay? Number one, with Bitcoin, you got to get off zero. But number two, and just as urgent, is you have to take self-custody. You have to manage it properly, because all of your fears of the future, all of your fears of Bitcoin's, it's completely irrelevant to you if you don't have that down. And right now, it's really easy to do it because there are people willing to help you for free. You are able to order hot wallets immediately. The App Store does have hot wallets available for you to download immediately, but it's only going to get more difficult. Not because the government's going to try to ban it and censor it. Okay, forget that. Okay, just from demand alone. In the same way that your plumber or your lawyer or your dentist or your doctor or whomever gets backlogged, you're going to see the same thing here. In the same way, their IT person is backlogged still to this day with fixing your internet and fixing your computer, even though we're multiple decades into the internet and even longer into the computer. It's going to be the same thing with Bitcoiners. This is why I work at the Bitcoin Advisor. Yes, I'm going to make a lot of money because my demand is going to be crazy high. As this happens, everyone's going to want me. And it's not because I'm special unique. Like, they're going to want anyone that's educating Bitcoin. All of Swan's people, all of Unchained's people, all the Bitcoin advisors, everyone is going to have massive demand, okay? And here is a final thought for you to think about as I wrap up my little pounding of the table encouragement here, okay? Keep this in mind. In 2024, after the halving, there'll be 5.6 Satoshis issued per human per day on Bitcoin's network, okay? That's barely 2,000 sats per human per year, okay? You can buy more than that. You can buy over 50% of that, over 150% of that number, excuse me, for $1. $1, okay? It's crucial you get off zero. Yes, I talk about this a lot. Yes, people love this idea because it's about number go up, Bitcoin number go up, but they forget the second part of securing Bitcoin properly, okay? If you buy $100 million worth of Bitcoin, okay, you become a sat multi-deca billionaire. It does not matter if your security is not down, okay? So I love you guys. I know you guys. I know you want to hear about Bitcoin number go up. I know you want to hear get off zero. Oh my goodness, why doesn't my family get off zero? But if you have not gotten self-custody, if you've not figured this out now, I strongly, strongly urge you to do so. I am pounding the table for you to do so, okay? Now, yes, I'm biased to say that because I do work at the Bitcoin Advisor, and yes, I do get paid to say that, and yes, I will make a lot of money in the future from working at this company because my demand will be high. But first and foremost, whether you work with me or not, whether you want to set up a collateral custody multi-sig vault with me or not, whether you want to set up an estate plan with me or not, that's secondary. First and foremost is get the coins off exchanges. You want Bitcoin price to go up, then drain the exchanges. You want to have Larry Fink fight for the remaining sats, okay? Well, then take it away from him. Take it in your own custody, okay? You want to give the government a hard time coming after Bitcoin, then decentralize the network and take self-custody. You want to actually have your sats in the future and not be stuck watching Bitcoin go up by tens of billions of dollars in market cap every single day as you can't get out of your exchange or any of your exchanges because you diversified your exchanges or because you had hot wallets, you can't order cold wallets. You know, my point is, I'm repeating myself at this point, but please, whatever you do, get off zero when it comes to Bitcoin. And especially if you've gotten off zero when it comes to Bitcoin, get self-custody. All it takes is your exchange to lock you out, to get you stuck. All it takes is one Nigerian prince to have you click on some phishing email and then withdraw your coins from your exchange to himself. The exchange could be just fine, but you can still lose your coins. So I know a lot of you watching this video probably doesn't apply to you, but you probably know someone who this would apply to. But I know for a lot of you, this does apply to you, okay? If you have your coins off exchanges, if you have them off exchanges and hot wallets, that's better. It's probably still a better idea if you get to cold storage. If you have cold storage and you have a significant stack, it's probably even better that you consider allocating a portion of that to a multi-sig vault. And for many of you allocating multi-sig vault, it could possibly make sense for you to have a collateral custody partner in that vault where you can set up an estate plan, which is what I do at the Bitcoin Advisor. So first and foremost, get your coins off exchanges, not your keys, not your coins. And second, you know, really, really, yeah, I can't, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I know I'm going to make this video and in a couple of years, people are going to be like, Luke, what do I do? And I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I don't have time. You know, I mean, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because I'll be right. And I know he'll be right, but it's like, dang, you were a follower of mine for 3 years or 2 years. Why didn't you do this? So I really hope, you know, the more of you that do this now, the less of that problem there'll be in the future. But I know game theory. I know human psychology. Most of you won't do this now, but I really hope you prove me wrong. Okay. Get self-custody, consider multi-sig with my link in the description of the Bitcoin Advisor. And again, that's secondary first. I don't care if you use me or not, just get them off exchanges and get off zero. Thanks.